Here's a quick video on this sweet Ford F350 with powestroke, and this is not the particularly desirable powestroke. It's not the 6.7, it's not the 6.0, it's the 6.3 liter. So these are not, or the 6.4, I mean, 6.4 liter. So this is not the one you want, but real simple explanation. This one overheated on a trip. It's been a little bit troublesome for a few people to diagnose. I like to keep it simple, stupid. When it overheated, they found it was low on coolant. Coolant doesn't just go low. It's pretty clear that it would have a leak, but they looked at it, it was dry. I looked at it, it was dry. However, I pressure tested this here. So I try to pressure test it up to the system capacity. And you'd know by looking at the cap. So if you take a quick look at your cap, it's going to give you 16 psi as your number. Although some people recommend it, I do not in any way recommend exceeding 16 psi. But I do recommend going up to 16. So I was looking at this one. I've actually already found the leak. It took a couple tries. When I first pressurized this, it was hard to build pressure, and I was hearing a hissing from this radiator area. So I was pretty sure I had a radiator, but this thing gets really airbound, so it needs to be burped a lot. So once it gets low on coolant, it tends to get air all over the place. Like this whole top of the radiator was all air. So I filled it up with coolant. In fact, I'm not even going to lie to you, I filled it up with water to diagnose it. And if you look, you'll see just a bit of wetness there. So I did track it down. I'm going to show you the way to find it. And my flashlight's in my other truck. I swapped trucks temporarily with this guy. So check this out. This is basically lost just about all its pressure. I'm going to pump this up. Try to hold the phone right here with my chin. Just knock it out here. When it takes a long time to pressurize like that, that's a pretty good indication that there's water or that there's air in the system. You see, I'm really barely even making any pressure right now. But when I do get to that level, you'll see more actual gushing water flow. Tough to get it though. Okay, so you see a little pee hole right there. It's doing like literally a little pee-pee splash. Probably do it actually without the light better. Check that out. See that? Projectile. So it's just the seam. It's really typical. Plastic radiator tank to the regular aluminum radiator, the leak all the time. But this one was given, I don't really know who qualified looked at it, but they were kind of like, oh, I don't see any leaks. It was just an air pocket. But obviously that's the root cause right there. It needs a radiator.